One thing we do want to do, though, because we have so much fun when we do these, we like
Yes.
bring in quotes so that we can talk about them.
Yes.
And since we are diehard superhero movie kind of geeks, I have one that says, "A leader isn't the strongest, the fastest, or the smartest. It's the one who can bring people together." And that's T'Challa from the Black Panther.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. That movie means a lot to me personally. For those who know me, you know why. But I would like to know your feels on that quote, especially when it comes to heart leadership.
Heart leadership doesn't have a shape or a size or any relative specificity to that. Anyone can be a heart leader. I guess I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. In the past, when it does have to be like a fear based, for example, it was a lot of people who were kind of large, right, or big, or tall, or there was like a stature in a lot of ways. And if they didn't have that stature, it was a personality. It was a large personality, and so there was like this wanting to dominate or be bigger than the others in that sense. What I love so much about that quote and about the heart leadership aspect is that there's equality, there's an understanding, there's a natural oneness baked into it. There's a connectedness where fear and these other positions, it's a separation.
Yeah.
What that quote to me means is oneness in action. And if you look at the way that like anyone have their faults. And in that movie, there were, T'Challa's father, T'Chaka, like, he had his faults. Even T'Challa had his faults through the process. And so not everyone's going to be perfect. This isn't about being perfect, but as a whole, that they as leaders, they attempted to run that society very, very well. There were people were aligned, people were respected across the board. There was a lot of love and loyalty and connection, and they viewed each other as one and supported each other as one, and they used technology to lift each other up. And so, yeah, in the moment, T'Challa, like, he had superpowers, right? Being the Black Panther. But in order to find the next leader, what they did is they stripped away that power, because just like with Captain America, that power uh, took what was already within and made it
Amplified it.
amplified, right?
Yeah.
And that's what happened with Red Skull. Same thing, almost the same serum as Captain America, but a very, very different person.
Yeah.
For me, I know it's a little bit of a tangent, but it does have this feeling of oneness and connection, and that it can be anyone. And to me, that has oneness and unity and love baked into it because of that. And anyone can step up at any time.
And I would love to hear from our community, anyone who's listening, like what does that invoke within you when you hear a quote like this, or you really feel into heart leadership and you consider yourself a heart leader? What does that really feel within you? Especially the part for me where it says it's the one who can bring people together.
Mhm.
Because if we really sit and we think about it and we feel into it, we've all brought people together in some way in our life, whether it's a family gathering or friends together or in our workplace. We've all had these moments of being a leader and that heart leader. But that usually comes from that heart center, that desire to gather together,
Mhm.
to be together in that heart coherence way. And so there is that essence of it that you're talking about, that oneness. And if we all just start there, if we don't make it this big complicated thing of thinking about how am I going to be a heart leader, but we just fall back into that resonance of the heart part of this
Mhm.
and we feel out from there and we just focus on how do I desire to bring the people in my life together. That's an easy beginning to becoming a heart leader. What is the purpose of that? What is my role in that? Like, what do I feel around that? It will find its way from there,
Yeah.
just like it did for T'Challa.